Alright. Another day, some more Slayer. We're going to be on our way to 85 Slayer, though. Currently skipping for a task. And once we hit 85, we're going to unlock Abyssal Demons. I need to check if I have those bad boys extended or not. I'm not too sure. Not too sure. Alright, that is the dwarf task completed. Let's go ahead and check out what our next task is. Off to Artie we go. Just want to check something real quick. What's our next task going to be? Also, while we're here, let's check if we have Abbey Demons extended. I don't even know how many points we have. We might need to do a little bit of boosting again. $137 points. Do we have Abyssal Demons extended? We do not, but I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Since hitting level 80, we've been getting the Necreals task pretty often, which is nice. 209 of them. This is going to be good EXP. And of course, more Ancient Shards. Let's go ahead and hit the bank, gear up for some mage stuff. I don't know if I have the gear still on this account or if I have to trade over some gear. Let me see. I'm also going to have to swap spell books and all that. Looks like I have to... Oh, well, the Kodai's here. Wait, the Kodai's here, but not the Tormented Bracelet? Weird. Is it in group? Oh, it's not. Let me check the bank. Oh, I guess I forgot to trade back the Kodai. Well, Tormented Bracelet. What else am I looking for here? I already have an occult. I'm a little confused. What am I missing? What am I missing? Well, let me just take out all my barrage gear real quick. Rebouch. Where's my mage's book? Down here. Okay, so yeah, all I'm missing is the Tormented Bracelet, which I'm not sure. You know what? We spent like 10 hours yesterday doing Tormented Demons, so we were probably pretty cooked. I probably only traded like half the things back over. Alright, anyways. I believe we have what we need for the barrage task here. Blood runes, soul runes, death runes. Herb sack. Some house teleports. prayer pots. And I believe we're good. Like, I feel like I should have more stuff in my inventory, but maybe not. I think we're good. Gonna be swapping over to the ancient spellbook. Today on Wait For It, we are doing some angler fishing. I don't really need to. I have a ton of anglers, but I just don't feel like runecrafting right now, and angler fishing's like super AFK still, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Gonna have to hop some worlds. It is a Saturday. Oh, did I wear devout boots last time? I might have wore devout. Yeah, whatever. I may have wore devouts. Oh, autocast. Unsure. We're probably gonna hit 85 off of this task, I imagine. Or maybe not. Maybe if we get a superior or two. Finish up this clump. Alright. As per usual, we're going to be looking for some ancient shards, which we just got one. Speak of the devil. Nice, nice. And we're going to be looking for superiors. Total level 1820. Really getting up there, especially considering we've barely even skilled beyond what was necessary, really. I've been talking about making the switch over to playing on the maxed account soon, right after we achieve our Zenite and Tormented Synapse goals. And you know what? I've also been thinking about what I want to be AFKing on the side on this account when we do make that switch. I think we might do some more Varlam or Thieving. Thieving is one of my least favorite skills, so it might seem backwards that I want to go do Thieving right now. But Varlam or Thieving is really not that bad. And if I get Thieving out the way early, you know, leave some other good skills for later. Wino Zammy, Death Runes and Coins. You know, I'm very glad we started off the stream without picking up another Greater Demon's Task because after the previous night and the night before that, oh my, could use a bit of a break from that. Some goodies on the ground we'll pick up in a second here. Alright, as we are approaching 85 Slayer, I do wonder if I want to do any Sire. I don't know. I just realized I can't really use a whip on this account. Because you either train attack, shared, or defense, right? And this wasn't something I considered when I made the blade. Is there something else I should be doing besides angler fishing? This is strange. I could have sworn in the past that when you barrage necreals without like ancestral or Virtus, it would be like pretty ass. But I'm wearing Sunfire gear and I feel like I'm doing decent amount of damage. Did they make these less tanky at some point or something? So that's the clan. It really feels like I'm deleting neck reels now. A lot of goodies on the ground. Where the debtors? There they are. Massive EXP drops. Oop, don't have the Mage's Book on. So the more barrage tasks, the better right now, actually. We're 97 magics, still working our way to 99, but everything else is pretty much maxed. We get ourselves a Dark Totem base. I would prefer an Ancient Shard, actually, but... Alright. I'll be taking that Rune Square Shield. More Zami lines, really nice. Because I have more Dwarf Weeds than I know what to do with, but while I have a lot of Zami lines as well, nowhere near as many Dwarf Weeds. Or as many as Dwarf Weeds. Alright, after doing a 10-hour stream yesterday, I don't think we're going to be doing that today. Maybe a nice, short, little humble stream. Hopefully pick up some interesting tasks. You know what? Maybe we will be getting 85 Slayer. Yeah, only 16k to go. Some rune boots I'll be taking. I'll probably be rocking rune boots whenever I do wildy content. I should start stacking those up and not alching them. Taking a bit of damage here. Let's Blood Barrage straight back to 99. 15 gold bars. Sheesh. Inventory's getting a little full here. Probably want to bank soon. Got a bank on the other account. Got an inventory full of anglers. We're not using diabolical worms right now. I don't know. We have a very finite amount of them. And I'm not really in a rush for anglers right now. I probably have like 10k anglers in total, maybe about 5k cooked, 5k raw. And I'm just building the stack up even more, simply just because I don't know what else to AFK. I made the realization yesterday that with the account creation of 416 Hero, for as long as I've been playing it now, which is actually over 1,000 hours, I've also been AFKing on that account, or on the maxed account for 1,000 hours. There goes a burning claw, and also we don't have inventory space, so it's time to get out of here. I need to hop to the same world. Oh, some soul runes? I'll be taking those, though. Okay, it's taking 20 years to world hop. It's taking forever to world hop. Hello? Like, it's gonna log me out, isn't it? Because for some reason it's just not. I'm trying to world hop and it's just not hopping. Like, you guys can see in the bottom screen there. I'm just stuck. Did I, like, crash? That is weird. Okay, this has never happened for this long. That is... Oh, there we go. Spooky. Real spooky. Alright. Now we should be able to world hop. Or not world hop, but use the POH. Let's bank all these goodies. +1 ancient shard. Very crucial for us. We are we at 20 yet? Let me check the plugin since I already typed it out. Ancient. We are exactly at 20 ancient shards. So 10 more to go. Let's make our way back to Necrils, and hopefully our spot isn't taken, because otherwise I'll have to hop worlds on both accounts again. Fantastic. I remember Necreal's task taking longer, but we're already halfway through a task. I don't know what it is. Of course, we're using pretty good gear here, minus, Virtus or Ancestral. We're using prayer gear instead. Oh, weird. Like, maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe I'm thinking of another task or something. Honestly, not sure. That guy's using a Dragon Hunter wand and a Water Tome. Interesting. Wait, does the Water Tome... I suppose it gives you magic accuracy, maybe? Oh, a Superior! Hey, yo! Hope not from Brampton. It's a top reference. I forgot my shadow. So obviously, when making the name for this account, I didn't consider that 416 might be considered an area code somewhere. If I'm not mistaken, it might be a Canadian zip code. But yeah, it's actually a top reference. Anyways, I'm yapping here, but we just got our first Necryarch. Greater, oh, yeah, it's just called Necryarch. Maybe we'll get a, never mind. Couldn't even finish my sentence before it went down and showed us a Dark Totem mid. Yeah, Brampton is in Ontario, Canada. One was hiding under the archway there. So we got a superior. No imbued heart, unfortunately. Soon TM. Let's pick up these chaos runes. Yeah, I forgot my shadow, so I have to barrage it, unfortunately. Oh, didn't tag that one. No way there's a guy trying to Venator bow. Wait, he's an ancestral. Why does he have the Venator bow? Just for tagging them? Surely he's just using him to tag him. Ooh, prayer's a little low here. Take a sip. Take 2 sips. Oh, I would have received another hard clue. Welp. Some soul runes. Rune boots, another one to add to the collection. Hopefully I remember not to alch them. But sometimes when I do like a little alch session or even like dump them into the stores, I just take out a whole bunch of rune related items. I think at one point I accidentally got rid of all my rune pickaxes and I didn't have a pickaxe on this account. And I was like, this is awkward. Just hit 85 Slayer. Huge unlock as we can now do Abyssal Demons and Abyssal Sire. However, I was just thinking when we were creeping up on EXP here that I can't actually use a whip. A whip, you can train attack EXP, control EXP, or I should say shared EXP, and defensive EXP, none of which I would want. So it's a good thing way back then, a few months ago, we actually decided to make a Blade of Saldor. At the time, this was not something I even considered, but it's a good thing I made the decision that I did. Now, I don't know if I want to be doing Sire or not. I might do some just for some combat achievements, but beyond that, I know they have made some adjustments to Sire, but I'm not sure I'm too interested in doing it, to be honest. '85 Slayer. Oh, done with that stack. Oh, we got a synapse. Finally, that guy's like giga dry. Look at that, 2966 for another synapse. You got a Burning Claw earlier too, so today was the day for him. Maybe it'll be the day for me if I pick up a Greater Demon's Task later. I mean, surely it's time. Surely. Let's finish up this Necreal's task though. $46 remaining. I don't want this adamant axe in my inventory. Battle axe. Rune items only. Like a rune full helm. Mystic Air Staff. I do have game sounds off right now because Necreals can be pretty annoying. But we're almost done with the task, and depending on what our next task is, I'll turn game sounds back on for sure. But yeah, I'm not trying to have my ears absolutely nuked. 31 left on task on our last prayer pot here. Are we gonna have enough to finish the task, or are we gonna have to bank and come back for like 10 KC or something stupid? Actually gonna want to pick up these low tier herbs as well. Gonna be useful for mixology. It'd be nice to have the potion storage on this account as well. Because right now, the bank is an absolute mess. And I have to trade potions back over to the maxed account, shove it in the potion storage there to, like, decant stuff. Actually, beyond the potions, the bank on this account is just a mess in general. I haven't taken the time to really organize it. I've I've tried to like filter out some stuff, like very obvious things out the way. But in general, there's still just things all over the place in the bank and random tabs and whatnot. It's the quest items, honestly. Alright, I do think we're going to be able to finish this task without banking. I think our prayer situation should be okay. Marintils, I'll be taking those. Stack them up. I feel like so many people stack, whenever they have a barrage task, they always try to stack them up in the corner, and I think that's just like the way that most people knew how to do it for the longest time. But you can actually stack them in the middle just by running through, because the way the stacking works is you just have to run through the mobs, and then they'll stack up. I like doing it in the center more because I can just stay in the middle and my blowpipe will reach everything. I'll be able to tag everything. And it's not really an issue these days, but especially at Dust Devils, prior to the stamina rework, you actually could run out of run energy at Dust Devils. But like I said, not an issue these days. All right, just 10 left on task, so it's going to be this clump and some change. Can we get a superior on the way out, or even just a humble ancient shard, which we desperately need? I'm feeling it. The next time we get a Greater Demons task, we're getting a Synapse. I know I said that the last task, but I mean, come on, we're over 1500 KC now. And a clanmate just opened up the gates, pulled himself one. So, surely it's our turn. Or maybe even some luck at Demonics right now. We're almost 700 KC with just one Zenite, unfortunately. Something's gotta give, you know? Alright, we only need 3, but we might as well tag all of them so that we're more efficient and gain our magic EXP here. We're gonna be using the same amount of runes anyways. Don't make me sip this prayer dose just for one more KC, please. They all have like a sliver of health. There we go. Take that and that. Ooh, and the death runes. And let's get out of here. Ooh, there's more death runes. Loot goblin. TB out, TB out, TB out, TB out, TB out. Thank you. Sound back on. Let's go ahead and see what our next task is. It could be Abyssal Demons, which we just hit the level for, perhaps. That would be good EXP as well. And I imagine probably a collection log of some sort. Oh, the whip. I meant combat achievement. Maybe we get a combat achievement out of it. I'm not too sure. Alright, off to Curdell. What are we going to get? Our next task is gonna be 14 black dragons. I like to call this one the bathroom break task because all you have to do is put on your melee gear, maybe some prayer gear for good measure, auto retaliate, pray melee, and AFK the baby black dragons in the Taverley dungeon. Let's go ahead and create some room here. Not that we're gonna be picking anything up from baby black dragons. Let's get into our melee gear here. And I think we're good. We're on Ancient still, burning up house tabs. I think this 95 is like almost all the house tabs we have left, so we're gonna have to make some more at some point. I could probably do them now on the maxed account, but I'm honestly kind of lazy. I don't have to move when I'm doing angler fishing, or like I barely do. I've been using these house tabs a lot because of Tormented Demons, honestly. Tormented Demons were on Archaea Spellbook, and then any barrage tasks were obviously on Ancients. You know what? Let's just do a quick detour and get 99 construction real quick, right? We'll make sure we'll just move the house to the same location as the other accounts. Just use a construction cape. Yeah, the thing is, making house tabs isn't even expensive. It's just yet another tedious thing to do. Oh, you know what? I forgot to bring a Divine Super Combat. That is unfortunate. But yeah, you know, I'm still here, but you could easily just turn on Pray Melee, Auto Retaliate, and you're good to go. This one's like off to the side a little bit, but it will like make its way back over to you if you stand like, maybe like right here in the middle. You should be in aggro range of both of them. And they respawn quick, so. There you go. Now, if you were still trying to get prayer EXP, maybe consider doing the regular black dragons. Probably in the Myths Guild, I would say. But we're not trying to gain any prayer EXP, so the bones don't matter to us. Just 9 more to go. I guess I could go to the Myths Guild on the maxed account and cook some anglers instead of fishing more. But I suppose you can never have enough food. And if I fish enough anglers, I can just start using it as like a main food. Honestly, guys, I'm so sick of Tormented Demons, but I also still want a Tormented Demons task just because at this point, the sooner I'm done with them, the better. And I'm telling you, I just need one more synapse on this account. And technically, in the future, I'm going to want more synapses, but on the other account. But if I just pull the one right now, I can trade it between the accounts back and forth. Like, I can get away with it. Because obviously, once you make an Emberlight, that one's locked to the account. So I have an Emberlight on the maxed account, and I have one synapse currently on this account, but I'm using it for the Purging Staff to farm more Tormented Demons. Once I get a second one, though, I'm going to make an Emberlight, assuming I have the Ancient Shards, which we have also been working on just through Slayer tasks. Been doing Dust Devils and Necreals when we get them. And there's a few other tasks that we get too, but I don't think I've been doing them, like Dagonoffs. You can do them in the Catacombs. I did a Fire Giants task late one night the other night. Fire Giants tasks aren't good to do, but I mean, Sometimes a task is good or bad just depending on when you get it and what you feel like you're doing. You feel like doing in the moment. All right, that is the Black Dragon's task completed. It's run back to Curdell again. What task are we going to get? Aberrant Spectres, that is another skipperoni. A 95 Herbler, Grats. Now that we have Abyssal Demons, it should be the highest, if not one of the highest weighted tasks, so we may see them pretty often. But right now, we got a Minotaur's task from Aya. Let's go ahead and grab our Blade of Saildoer out real quick before we head on over there. I should maybe consider swapping to the standard spellbook right now because we don't know how many tasks we're going to have to skip. Save myself these house tabs. We are going to have to burn the one to get into the house, though. Swap back to standard. Minotaurs we're going to be doing in the Stronghold of Security. In fact, I don't even know if there are any other Minotaurs in the game. Do you think the one in the Colosseum counts? What if you got a Minotaur's task and you did it by just doing Colosseum? Doing some more Aya skipping here, and we picked up a Minotaur's task, which we have done many times in the past. But the thought just occurred to me, are you able to do a Minotaur's task at the Colosseum? Because after Wave 7 in the Colosseum, whenever there are reinforcements, a Minotaur does spawn. Random thought here. Because as far as I know, there's no other Minotaurs in the game other than these ones in the Stronghold of Security. This guy has a Dragon Defender, I'm jealous, and he's here for wolves. I guess these are level 14, so it might be quicker, but whenever I get a wolves task, I go to the mountain. Full rune with an amulet of power. Look at him go. Why do you world hop, bro? He's just here for wolves. He didn't tag a single Minotaur. Well, like what? I haven't hit a single wolf. Bro, I'm like offended. Right, skull half on the floor. We've already claimed one of those already. We just need the scepter pieces, I believe. Alright, that task is done. Nice and quick. It honestly probably takes us longer to run to Kurda than to do that task. According to the loot tracker, we have slain 326 minotaurs. That's a good amount of minotaur tasks right there. Next task, cave horrors. You know, we could do cave horrors to get more black mass because maybe one day we would want to collect all the recolors. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I'm not trying to do cave horrors right now. So once again, another skip. So switching back to the standard spellbook was a good call. What's our next Aya task going to be? It could be interesting. All right, cave crawlers is the opposite of interesting. Also, we're going to need to grab some stuff from the bank, some quick teleports to some common locations. With the cave crawlers, we're going to need our lunar staff to TP to AJR, the Fremnik Slayer dungeon. There's two guys in mining gear here doing cooking. That is odd. That's the wrong... Oh, our devout boots are here, so maybe we were using devout boots on our barrage test. Let's drag them up into the... This is supposed to be the gear tab, but as you can see, there's like a whole lot of junk in here too. Anyways, ectophile, fire making cape, because we do need to enter some caves sometimes. Farming cape for a quick bank. Lunar staff, that's what we're here for primarily, and we're good to go. Oh, look, our fairy ring is already set to AJR. We must have done a cave crawler's task. Honestly, I don't even remember. Either earlier today or last night. I think it was earlier today. Some earth runes. Wow, these things give a whopping 22 Slayer EXP. We're going to be 99 in no time at this rate. Renarweed. Actually massive. I had a Superior here for the first time the other day, and that thing was looking kind of crazy. Oh, our birdhouse is ready. We'll probably do that. We are on the standard spellbook. Alright, before we go check what our next task is, let's do this birdhouse run. Farming Cape TP. Right here. Clear up our inventory a little bit to make room for our birdhouse run. $20,000 EXP to go. So I think in like 5 to 6 birdhouse runs, we're gonna be getting another level 82 hunter. All right, bank again. All right, we were fresh off a skip test, so now we go to Curadell. Man, I think so far the only big task we did was the neck rails, huh? I mean, the Black Dragons task was also a Curadell task, but I mean, that doesn't count. That was just a free task. Pretty much as quick as a Turiel task, honestly, or Aya task. Um, Maybe even quicker than some. 14 baby black dragons. Because sometimes you get assigned like 30 of something that's like annoying to. Oh, you know what? Earlier today off stream before I started, I got a spiders task and I did some Sarachnis. I was trying to think of the spider's name. Okay, we just got another black dragons task. This one's going to be even quicker because it's just 10 instead of the 14 or whatever. I'm going to bring out the Fang. I actually don't know what's better, the Fang or the Blade here, but dragons are just usually weak to stab, right? So it's my line of thinking here. Falador. If anybody's tuning into the stream or channel for the first time, we are currently multi-streaming on both Twitch and YouTube. So if you have a preference between the two platforms, you can take your pick. Over on YouTube, we do upload every Monday a GIM series video, and actually for the month of July coming up, I think we're going to be doing 2 videos a week, ideally Monday and Thursday, I think. We've been playing this account a lot. We've been playing both accounts a lot in general. So there's a lot of content, and I finally caught up on editing, so I think we're able to pump out a little bit more videos. Alright, auto retaliate is still on. I never turned that off, so we're chilling. '87 range. A lot of level ups today. For us, just the one so far, 85 Slayer. Don't think we're going to be getting another level today. Honestly. We're just going to be doing more Slayer, and we just hit 85, so a whopping 321k to go till 86. Which I don't think 86 unlocks anything, does it? Nope. 87 is for Kraken, though. It would be cool to earn ourselves our own trident on this account. But we do have multiple Sang Staffs available, and obviously a Shadow as well. So a trident is kind of dead content, but we could do it for CAs and some collection logs as well. But that's a little ways off. 2 more levels. Alright, task completed just like that. Yeah, I think it's time. I think it's time we're gonna get a good task here. It's been a couple of skips. Here we go. Okay. Alright, that is the exact opposite of a good task. 149 elves? That is crazy. No way we're doing that. Back to Aya. Alright, interesting Aya task, perhaps. Maybe some spiders? Force arachnids? Maybe some monkeys so we can go to demonics? Rats? You know what? Let's go do some scurries. We're still hunting the scurrious spine on this account. Previously, we doloed scurrious, taking both accounts there at the same time. But I think just because one account is clearly so much stronger than the other, I think the spine drops based on an MVP system. Because while both accounts were getting loot, wait for it, the maxed account pulled like 4 spines. Like 3 in one inventory. It was crazy. Alright, where is our site? There is our site. That is a bot on Twitch that we're gonna 1-tick ban. Super efficient. Oop. Burning claws are somewhere down here. The bank is an absolute mess. Look at our 1 Zenite. You just got a void melee helm. I still need to get that actually. On this account, I just got range void and elite void, and that was it. Okay, last time we did a task, we forgot our super combat. I don't need 3, but let's just go ahead and take 3, I guess. That is not how you spell prayer. You know, 27 is a pretty decently sized task. Let's take a few Karambons, nothing too crazy, and off we go, I think. Yep. Too scurrious. Varrock. I'm not gonna milk this task. When we get the small rat spawns, I'm just gonna also tag those. I'll use the claws, save myself some scythe charges. Otherwise, if you were really trying to milk a rat task on Scurious, you would probably just ignore them or like reset, enter, like leave and enter. Wait, I don't want the shared instance. You know what? That's fine actually. Only my own account will be able to go in. I could have swapped the Archaea spellbook, I suppose. It's been a while, but we are back at Scurious. We're still missing the Scurious spine on this account, so it'd be nice to pick it up. We have a task of 27 rats. I'm not going to really milk this task, so when these small rats do spawn, I'll go ahead and deal with them, such as right now. It's not like these rat tasks are going to be hard to come by when we Aya skip, so no big deal, and we're not in a rush to get the spine either. It's not like that task is the last task we need to get Grandmaster or anything crazy like that, so no big deal. Oh man, our scythe is down to 1.7k charges. You know, I still have not done the quest that gives me the Dragon's Medallion, so... Oh, I should have brought Alks. I forgot. If I wasn't going to be on Archaeus for Thralls and Death Charge, I should have brought Alks. Realistically, I'm probably only going to get like 4 or 5 Scurrious KC here. But yeah, scythe low on charges. We're gonna have to run to the top bank again. Maybe this time we'll just slap, maybe like fully charge it even. So we don't have to worry about it for a while. We don't use the scythe too often. So right here, if I wanted to milk my task, I would just leave and come back, but currently don't care. Alright, auto tallied is still on. I don't want to swing my scythe on these. I mean, I do have a lot of blood runes and definitely a lot of blood vials, but, you know, we still gotta be realistic here. Oh. What? Wait, what just... I'm driven. I might have just pressed a key on my keyboard or something. I was like, why can't I turn my prayers on? Another KC. I don't really know when the baby rat spawns. Sometimes if you do a KC quick enough, it seems like they don't spawn. So I think at that time we didn't get any there. Oh, didn't have brain melee on. I don't know why I bring so much food to Scurry's every time, thinking I would be taking damage. And even if I did, there's actually food piles on the sides of the room here. A ruined battle axe, no way. I know the intention of Aya skipping is that it's quicker and you can get back to the big task that you want to do quicker. But if you want to spice things up, you know, there are plenty of bossing opportunities when you pick up an Aya task. So I'm at Scarius here right now, and I mentioned earlier I did some Sarachnus off a spider's task, which you can also take to, what's the wildy spider called again? Spindle. Spindle's the solo one, and then, what's the multi one? Can't remember what the multi one is called. Venenatus, that's what it is. And I think a spider's task works for Araxor too. I'm still not 100% sure on that. I never remember. I feel like there was a mix-up on Araxor release. Like, I think they planned on not having it work, but then it ended up working, and I don't think they ever, quote-unquote, fixed that. So I'm going to assume the spider's task works on Araxor still. You got a... What else? You got a monkey's task, you can do demonics. I wonder if a bird task works on Kree. But if you even if any of the tasks work at God Wars, you probably don't want to do it because it's gonna be so short, anyways. There's some other things too. Oh, scorpions. You can do Scorpia. I say these as if I'm gonna do them, but I don't like doing wielded content. However, at some point we are gonna do the Void Waker grind. The Void Waker is just something so good to have. Like, I need to get it eventually. Oh, I have these blocked. It's honestly not good for skipping. But if you get a Calphite's task, Calphite Queen, obviously. But I think you have to have Calphites on your block list if you're skipping, because I think it was explained to me, like, if you get a Calphites task from your main Slayer Master, like Kurdo, you can't skip it. You can't go to Aya and skip it because they also have Calphites or something like that. I don't know. I could be wrong. Kind of yapping here. Oh, wait, we're done with the task. You know what? We're like halfway through this. Let's just go ahead and do this. Last KC. Too busy talking and didn't even realize we were done with the task. Alright, we did an extra scurrious KC. What did we get? I guess it was just adamant arrows or something. Whatever. Back to Kuradel. I don't have coins on me. The amount of times that has happened to me, too many times. Can't even find my coins in my bank, man. Alright, on our way to pick up a new task, fresh off of Scurrius. Please, something good. I feel like it's been a good while of skipping now. Come on. Ooh, 47 Black Demons. 247 Black Demons. It's time to make our return to Demonic Gorillas. You know what? As much as I want to finish the Tormented Demons out, considering the amount that we've done in the last week, it's probably for the best that we do Black Demons instead. Although Demonics aren't that much more fun. They're like the same thing, but actually a little bit more annoying, but I'm coping. Okay, let's gear up for some Black Demons. I do believe we have a inventory tag, bank tag, whatever you want to call it. Oh, that's right. We're going to have to revert our purging staff into the Scobo. Alright, so we're going to need the purging staff. We're going to need the magic longbow U. I think an iron bar. Actually, no, wait, no, you don't have to go to the anvil for this one. Okay. Revert. There it is. Man, we are running low on divine pots again. What? How? I don't even use them at TDs. Okay, we're going to want the Bracelet Slaughter. We're going to want Alks. Demonics do drop a lot of Alks. It is good money. When you're doing demonic, you're essentially trading in prayer potions for some GP. And I guess as long as you do kingdom, you're kind of putting, it's kind of like a recycling thing, like prayer, GP, dude, I just keep forgetting what it's called. Kingdom. You know, prayer, GP, kingdom, prayer again, right? But I haven't had kingdom running ever on this account, and I haven't had kingdom running on the other account in ages. All right, off to demonics we go. Coming back to demonics, let's check the gravestone real quick. We're still at 695 demonic gorillas KC with just one Zenite to show for. Now, if you didn't know, they drop at a rate of 1 in 300, so we're actually pretty unlucky in that regard right now. Things have been rough. We're dry at demonics and we're dry at tormented demons. But surely, as long as we keep doing the content, the luck is going to turn around at some point. Spot up. Let's just tag this one right at the entrance here. I may have ran a little too far. You know, you just gotta step back a little bit, right? But I just ran across the entire screen. Oop. First KC Javelin Shaft. Sounds about right. Some coins. Oh, not too many people here, so that's nice. A lot of room to work with. Humble too. Some dwarf weeds. Good damage with the claws. Feels good, man. One final hit. Oh, you know what? I should be bringing the Fang. I don't know. Well, I mean, I do know because of my bank tag. I never updated it. But I should be using the Fang. But also, using two weapons that are the same tick cycle just feels better. Like, the Scobo's 4 tick, the Blade is 4 tick. However, the Fang is better than the Blade of Seldor. Okay, I just zipped my range pot there because that's where I put my Bracelet of Slaughter whenever I'm doing Tormented Demons. And I just instinctively clicked on that. You know what? We might as well repot the Divine Super Combat just to keep things consistent. I was about to run out in like 20 seconds anyways. That was actually crazy. Just muscle memory clicking on that inventory slot. Also just goes to show how much Tormented Demons I've been doing. Addy bars, good for ruby bolts. Addy ruby bolts, that is. Alright, once we finish this trip, I will switch to the Fang. Or maybe even... No, we'll just switch to the Fang. Rune plate skirt. First alch of the trip. Very nice. You know what? We do need to recuperate some funds after fixing our Blue Moon top and bottom yesterday. That cost us pretty much 2 mil. We don't have to repair Moon's Gear often, unlike Barrows. But every time you do have to repair them, it costs a fortune. I think Moon's Gear lasts like 3 times longer than Barrow's Gear or something like that. So... I had to run over there to make sure it was not trying to melee me. Oh, a 51 into a 43. Beautiful. Oh, didn't realize that was the finishing blow there. Oops. So, sometimes we're just too strong, you know? Typically, I like to record a clip every time we reach like 100 KC. So we passed 700 obviously, but I mean we started at 695, so surprise, surprise, we hit 700. No way. Shark drop. Demonics drop sharks. Tormented demons drop manta rays. I've been talking about our low supplies, and Divine Super Combats were definitely one of them. I have stocked up a decent amount again, but we're gonna need to trade over some. Again, I didn't realize that was gonna be the finishing blow there. My bracelet. Oh, we got a pot up again. $52 max hit with the Scobo. Clue doers are in shambles right now reading that text. You have a sneaking suspicion that you have received a hard clue scroll. And I've gotten that text 5 times today. Oh, I got 5 hard clues today? That's actually crazy. Considering the tasks that I've done today, like most of my tasks today have been skips, unfortunately. Like, the luck just wasn't really there. We did do a Necreals task, though. I suppose Arachnus might drop 1 or 2. I suppose it's pretty common there. But we didn't do anything too crazy. It was legitimately just one task, about like 20 KC, maybe not even. It might have been a small task. And no way Scurious drops hard clues, right? Ain't no way. I say that because Scurious is a early game boss, but you know what? It's more mechanically complex than some other bosses out there. Of course they intended it to be that way, because it's like boss you do in order to learn mechanics. You know, when I was training out my stats, I probably could have did more Scurious. I didn't really do that. Oh, we are in chance range here, so let's just eat 1 Karambwa. We could maybe squeeze out 1 more KC after this. We are, once again, in chance range, so if it switches attack styles, it didn't. Oh, we got more sharks. Okay. Yeah, we're now out of prayer, so probably 1 more KC here. Hopefully, well, I mean, we're full prayer, so no way we don't get this. Alright, two things when we go bank. One, I have to get my Fang. Two, I have to trade over some divine pots. Dragon Javelin heads, and that is the first task, or first trip of the task. Alright, to the bank. To the bank on both accounts. Alright, for one thing, we're going to need our Fang. Osmumptum's Fang. The unkitted Fang on this account. Embarrassing. Need some good luck? What are you up to? I also need some good luck, so I don't know if you're going to get it from me, unfortunately. Currently don't possess the luck, it seems. Alright, let's trade over some divines. 778 doses. That's actually not too much. Iraq Sword 0 drops 400 KC. Not even a Nox Halley piece. That is unfortunate, my dude. Alright, let's trade over like 20 Divine Super Combats. Like 20 Divine Range. Chuck those into group storage. And we can continue fishing. And then over on this account, let's grab those. I think we should be good on everything else. Oh, Serb, I feel you on that because that's like such a massive prayer drain. And yeah, I have bad, like Cerberus is associated with bad things for me as well. It took me over 2500 KC to get my Eternal boots. Absolutely disgusting. All right, we have everything we need. Back to Demonics we go. We're currently at 712 KC with one Zenite. But you know what? We got to keep doing the content because you can't get the drop if you don't do the content. I legitimately haven't done a single KC of Cerberus since I pulled the Eternal Gem because that was the last thing I needed. And I don't plan on doing more Cerberus. I think on this account, maybe down the line, we will have to do again just for some combat achievements. But we're not even in the 90s yet. We just hit 85 Slayer today. Some Abyssal Demons, which we haven't got a task for that yet either. But yeah, they did make some changes to Cerberus, right? Like, it's like slightly less prayer usage now, but I imagine it's still pretty bad. Dump our claw specs. Yeah, the Fang is so much better. The blade is actually fairly inaccurate. I don't know what the numbers are, but it definitely feels inaccurate. Oh, we get a collection log here. Monkey Tail. I believe that is the 5th item we've gotten here. We've gotten 2 Ballista Springs, 1 Zenite Shard, and a Light Frame, I believe. And now finally a Monkey Tail. That was KC 713. It's not a Zenite, but I'm pretty happy with that. We're going to be working our way towards a Ballista of some sorts. Hey, at least we got something, right? Pretty cool. Thank you, thank you. Oh, that thing is worth 750k? Ouch. 408 EXP per KZ here. Not too bad, not too bad. Not as crazy as Tormented Demons though. 1k per 1065. I know the exact number just because I've been doing an ungodly amount of Tormented Demons recently. Whenever I change weapons that are different attack cycles, it always takes me a bit. I mean, I've been using a blade all day, pretty much. But now we're using a 5-tick fang. A little awkward. $52 max hit. You know, I feel like the purging staff is absolutely massive when you're doing Tormented Demons. And here I am using the Scorching Bow at Demonics, and it doesn't... It's obviously good, but it's not as crazy as a purging staff at Tormented Demons, I think. Oh. I think there's been a long enough gap between this task and our last Black Demons task to where this isn't too bad right now. I will say though, I remember last time being here, I was kind of dreading it. It didn't help that I didn't get anything the entire task. But this time around, we get something early. Which means there's a chance we might get something late towards the end of the task too. There's a lot of KC remaining for us to get another drop. $73 death runes. Oh, we got a repot. Send the Burning Claws back. Sheesh, what was that, like 64 damage? So we are currently angler fishing on the maxed account, and honestly, we don't really need to. We have an insane supply of anglers, honestly. Probably about like 5k cooked, 5k raw. So if anything, we should probably be cooking them right now. I don't know. I've been AFKing on that account so much. I'm honestly running out of things to AFK there. It's time for me to hop onto that account and make some progress again on there. We just got some prayer pots, always nice to see. But soon, right now we are working towards getting our Zenites and one more Tormented Synapse. Then there's a clan bingo coming up, although there's no guarantee we're going to finish our goals before the bingo. Especially not with the way things have been going so far. But you never know. I was way late on that bracelet swap. That guy's using a Hunlight? Sunlight Hunter's crossbow. It's gonna say Hunlight Sunter crossbow. More prayer. You know what? First trip, we got a bunch of sharks. No prayer drops. This time, we're getting no food, but a ton of prayer. But we're gonna need food. Funny how that works. We're getting slapped right now. And our claws should hit. Our Demon Bane claws just missed on a demon. That should be illegal, man. Look at all this prayer we have. Some sharks, please. Give me a Zenite or some sharks. Is that too much to ask for? Snapdragon seeds? I was mildly baited by the loot beam there. I swear I swapped prayer in time. Come on, man. Demonics have insanely long arms or something. Their reach is crazy. Uh-oh. No, we're good. I stepped back into that. Alright, we can probably squeeze in one more KC before we bank again. Some coins on our way out. Two Snapdragon seeds. You know, with the recent changes where they're reducing supply drops, or resource drops, I should say, we gotta be more mindful of doing herb runs with the seeds we get and stuff. I used to rely completely on just doing chambers, because chambers drop so many herbs, and Tob as well. But apparently chambers is now a mixture of herbs and seeds, and at a slightly reduced rates. And as unfortunate as that might be for me, I mean, it makes sense game balance wise. It really doesn't make sense that you can PVM to get all your skilling supplies. It's good that they're trying to make skilling more useful again. At least, like, I mean, I don't know if they have that in mind specifically to make skilling more useful again, but in reducing PVM loot, it indirectly does, right? So that is good for overall gameplay. Those are some weak claw specs right there. Sent 3 and it didn't change overheads. Crazy. 69 law runes. Nice. Bad clicks. Again, another pitiful claw spec. Rune chain body, that is an elk. Plus 30,000 GP. Oh, dragging stuff in my inventory. Alright, I actually hate when it spams boulders like that, falling boulders. Just makes you click around so much more. Ain't no way. We just got our second light frame. 726 KC, so not long after the monkey tail. Now we have 2 ballista springs and 2 light frames. Ripperino. We could have got the heavy one too, you know? Step back. Trying to fight a demonic while banking my anglers. Two dose Saradomin brew. We're gonna put it near the bottom so we don't accidentally sip it and drain our stats. 22, that was very rude. I can't believe we got another light frame, man. 2 drops this task already. Oh, we got a repot. These anglerfish spots keep moving, man. Rune plate legs, money. Done a few bracelet procs already. Ooh, Celestious Seeds. I didn't know that was on the drop table, actually. I knew seeds were on the drop table, but not those. I feel like those have to be pretty rare. Yeah, those were our first ones. Don't know what our KC per hour is right now, but seems pretty good. KC's flying. I just reversed that. I had my bracelet on and swapped to the bear's gloves. Had that backwards. Corstal seeds. Okay, okay. Alright, our starting KC was easy to remember, 695. So now we're at 732, so... Worst Tormented Demons? Yeah, pretty much. But we got a collection log here pretty early on this task. We got ourselves a monkey tail. And unfortunately right now sitting in our inventory is a second light frame. Yeah, so we are getting stuff here, which is nice. Nice and early as well, so there's plenty of KC to go. Might pick up some more things, you never know. Any Zenites yet? Just the one from, at this point, like over 400 KC ago. I believe I pulled it just under 300 KC. But yeah, this whole demon saga we're in right now between Tormented Demons and Demonics. Not so lucky right now, honestly. Hopefully the luck turns around. I've been doing an ungodly amount of Tormented Demons. I don't know what my KC was last time you checked in. But now we're... Well, I don't even remember. Like, we're over 1,500. Like, we're on rate for 3 synapses. But we have one. Yeah, I kind of went ham yesterday, and I can safely say I'm not going to be doing that again. It actually felt terrible. I did an entire Greater Demons task yesterday at Tormented Demons. Would not recommend. But it got to a point where I was like close-ish to finishing the task. I was like, you know what? I might as well finish it. But realistically, I should have gone to bed. Snapdragon seed. Wow, we're getting a lot of seeds this trip. so far there's a theme every time we come here. Like, the first trip was all shark drops, second trip was all prayer pushing drops, and this third trip is seeds left and right. Alright, probably one more KC here. Oh, you know what? I forgot that was today. Could potentially be potting some tobs with some learners. Maybe. I don't know. Or we continue doing our thing here. There's so much more clicking at demonics, man. The thing with demonics is, I feel like you always start off strong. You come here and you know what? It's like, you know what? This is pretty fun. And then you get settled in. And it doesn't quite seem as fun anymore. Alright, that was last KC of the trip. Some Cantine for our troubles. $166K raw GP that trip. Nice. Oh, don't need that brute. $96% and some change. Oh, Void Mage Helm. No Dragon Defender yet. We're not going to be getting one on this account unless our plans change. 50 defense. You need 60 defense for a Dragon Defender. I just thought it was like a unique challenge to be at 50 defense, like high enough just for the Moon's Gear. And also the prayers, the same thing. It's high enough just for the Royal Titan's prayers. Just keep my combat level low. And I wanted to like challenge myself at Inferno and Colosseum. Yeah, it's a pure of sorts. Although I learned that some people are very touchy about what you define as a pure. I think to some people the definition of a pure is like purely like a 1 defense count. But I mean, I don't know how much more, like I don't know how to describe my account because it's like a relatively new thing, right? Yeah, that was my line of thinking, and I even clarified. I'm like, yeah, it's a 50 defense pure, you know. Berserker, yeah, like that. We share the same line of thinking here, but I've definitely had people tell me or like make comments, and I'm just like, I mean, I don't know how I can make it any more clear. I even clarify it's 50 defense. They're just like gatekeeping or something. Gatekeeping just to gatekeep. Oh, we're not pot. We should probably pot. Well, let's dump some of these specs. We're at 100 spec. But yeah, the stats are currently locked in place right now. I'm not planning on changing them. But at the same time, I have achieved like the two things I wanted to do the most. And that was the Colosseum and Inferno. So I don't know. At this point, I guess I just see where it takes me. The only thing that I've kind of started complaining about is the prayer consumption on this account. Because each prayer pot only restores 22 prayer for me. And this account has been a massive prayer pot sink. Yeah, like the piety quest line or whatever. Yeah, the 50 defense, I don't even really see as an issue. Like, it's pretty fun to use the Moon's Gear. The 82 attack is... I never planned on 82 attack, but I was like, you know what? How can I keep my combat level as low as possible? And turns out 82 attack is enough for you to equip everything. The highest level requirement is the Osmumptum's Fang, which is 82. Which we're using right now, actually. Conveniently enough. And before Raids 4 introduces a new tier. True. That's another thing I think about a lot too. Like future content, especially these days, they're pushing out a lot of new content, which is nice. And the thing about these restricted accounts is that there's a high chance you might get kept out of future content. Because obviously they don't create content around these like restricted accounts. They create content around the average player, average account. For example, I know those crazy new boots are coming into the game. Those boots that combine all three of the Cerberus boots. Like, that's going to be locked out from this account. Like, that update's going to be irrelevant for this. I don't know what the defense requirement is, but it's like pretty high for those boots. Yeah. So I have two thoughts, like two ways I could go about doing, like, tackling this. I could move on from this account build. And if I ever want this account build again, to be honest, it's not too difficult to make this type of account. It doesn't take too long, you know, you just Make sure you do all the questing to get your defense EXP, and then train it up to 50. 82 attack is just whatever, and 63 prey is incredibly quick to get. Yeah, I do have the spider boots, the arena boots. Gonna be my best in slot for the rest of time. Yeah, I did not train defense until I did all the quests that gave defense EXP. But I guess I didn't account for future quests. So, yeah, I'll be locked out of content in that sense. But I'm right at 50, and if I didn't hit 50, then I wouldn't be able to use Moon's Gear, which was like 90% of the point of the account. I do have access to Lunars. I was able to get that at my level. 50 defense honestly doesn't restrict too much quest-wise. Yeah, pretty much. Oop, didn't even swap to the bracelet. Get these claws going. You know, I swapped to the right prayer there, and then I just... don't know what happened there. I just swapped off of it. Okay, again, I didn't use the Bracelet of Slaughter. Oops. Humble tank. But yeah, sometimes I do wonder at this stage of the account if I should just move on. But, you know, once you level up, you can't go back, so I haven't done anything yet. In fact, what I am probably going to do is that I'll probably take a break from this account, like maybe do some skilling on the side, and then there's tons of stuff I need to do on the maxed account, actually. Tons of things. I need to get a Void Waker. I need to do Fasani's Corp. I still don't have a fishing barrel on either account, so I need a fishing barrel. I might start doing some pet hunting. Also, perhaps a road to Grandmaster. I'm like just a little bit over 100 tasks away. And I do think I could potentially do it. Just a matter of time. Eight more inventories. I'm getting slapped right now. Oh, we're low on prayer too. Maybe one more KC after this one. Crack open a cool one. What if you get the level and I get a Zenite at the same time? Like, that'd be crazy, right? Also, I just realized I never decided what I wanted to do with that first Zenite. It's just been sitting there. Huh. What do I want to make as our first Zenite? Like, what dupe would I want the most? Like, maybe in a situation where I want both accounts to have one? Probably a Torture, I think. Weird enough. Yeah, Anguish or Torture? The Ring of Suffering, like, traditionally on a solo account, that would be what you want first. And it's the lowest level one. Okay. I'm not going to repot here. But not necessary on this account. Tormented Bracelet, I don't think I'm going to find myself in a situation anytime soon where I want both accounts to have them on at the same time. Torture does upgrade into the Rancor. You're right. Oh, that leads me to another thing I've been thinking about. So I do have one piece of the Noxious Halberd, I think. You know what? Let me check right now. Noxious. Yes, I have a Noxious Blade on the maxed account. Now, 90, what is it, 92? Yeah, 92 is a ways away, but we'll get there eventually. And we're going to want the Rancor, right? But the thing is, those Noxious pieces are untradeable. It would be super troll if we started doing a Raxor on this account, got like one or two of the Noxious Halberd pieces along the way, but then you know we don't have the Halberd and we can't trade the pieces between accounts. So I might end up doing that grind just on the maxed account. Yes, I do have a Swiftblade. Yeah, I prefer that over the ham joint as well. Although I do need a ham joint. I don't have one, but I do need one for Fasanis. That would be good. But yeah, so Araxor is one of those situations where I feel like I'll probably just end up farming on the maxed account. And same thing with the Desert Treasure 2 rings, unfortunately, because I have one piece of the Soul Reaper axe, and it's the same concept as Araxor. It's untradeable until you have the complete thing. Why would you need a ham joint for Fasanis? I believe you can one-shot the... Well, for one thing, the Huss and the parasites with the ham joint. And the ham joint's what, like a 3-tick weapon, right? It's a 3-tick crush weapon, which is the important thing. Oop. Yeah, like you can't... Like, they're both 3-tick, but like you can't use something like a Swiftblade because it won't one-shot them. Yeah, like a ham joint is unironically really good for Fasanis. Like, you don't need it, but it certainly saves you a decent chunk of time. And the Void Waker is also the best spec weapon there, which is why I need to get one as well. Weird that the ham joint's lower value then. I think it's because the ham joint comes from easy clues, right? And there is a good portion of the player base that likes to do easy clues. However, Swiftblade comes from LMS, and there's a huge percentage of the player base that simply does not interact with anything PvP. Like, never mind the wilderness, like, just no PvP in general. Yeah, Swiftblade looks so much cooler. Prayer potions. So close, almost there. Oh, I turned off my overheads. Seem to do that a lot here. 70 law runes. It's funny how law runes are such a hard thing to obtain early game, and they're expensive too. But once you hit a certain stage of the game, you probably get by with just drops. Like 70 law runes is probably like 70 TPs, right? So pretty good. Can't remember the last time I bought any law runes, and I have what, like 4K sitting in the rune pouch right now? More of a chunk man or restricted area account problem to solve. Yeah, well, those accounts just inflict a lot of problems on themselves. Don't get me wrong, I have tried to play a chunk account before. I actually did a chunk GIM. We started in the Arty region, and I didn't make the videos, but there's actually like 2 YouTube videos on the chunk accounts. But we very quickly realized that playing chunk accounts is a whole different ball game. It's like fun in some senses, but a lot of it is just kind of ridiculous. When you really get down to it, games are just a list of problems to solve. True. Remove too many of them and you don't have a game anymore. Yeah. You know what? That perfectly explains some of the issues I've had with some of the recent updates. Like, it sounds very like elitist to some people, but I was like, why are they making TOA easier and easier? It's already the easiest raid. That's my opinion. Well, I am completely on board with the loot changes. It makes sense. But why they made the raid easier and easier, I don't understand. true. Runite bars. Trying to be another game is how we got EOC. Yeah, that update, Evolution of Combat really did try to like make it more in line with other MMOs. They're gonna have to get the boost though, huh? Oh yeah, same timing, that's right. I'm gonna get a Zenite, no way. Oh yeah, you know. I barely use boosts to be fair, so like I don't know when it comes from a pie. I know there's the garden pie and like the farming one or whatever. Botanical is for herblore. But yeah, for me, I have a tendency, like, when I see that I need a certain level, I just go for the level. Even if it takes a lot of extra time. Hooey Coddle? Oh yeah, they made a change at Hooey, too. The only place I've been to since the update is Fasani's. Wait, is this the same guy? Dude, perfect. I'm about to get this KC. Here comes the Zenite. Congrats, 91 fishing, but I got 2 prayer pots. No way. No, this is a different guy. This is not the same guy I saw here last time, right? He's in full Barrows gear with a Gutton helm. Like, is this guy like a hardcore or something? No, he's not. No, he's not even an Iron Man. It could be a group account. This is what I get for snooping. I just ate a ton of damage while looking him up. Like, this guy's geared up in full Barrows tank gear like he's in Deadman mode right now, and someone's gonna roll up and PK him. Oh, you know what? Last time I was here at Demonics, I was seeing some pretty suspicious activity. There were 2 different people in quotation marks, because I kind of don't believe they were actually people. But they were using Fang and Blowpipe with Amethyst darts, but they weren't using an Ava's assembler or anything. Like, all the darts were just dropping on the floor, like literally hundreds of darts, and they weren't even picking them back up. It was very, very weird. And like, the first one, I was like, you know what, this is weird. Like, but whatever. But then like a few hours later, I see another person like that. No, they didn't have any range backpack of any sort. They were just camping their fire cape. But I don't know, they're dropping like hundreds of Amethyst darts like every couple of minutes. Like, personally, if I was feeling lazy, I would just camp the Avas instead of the Fire Cape. Or at the very least, when I see a clump of 25 amethyst darts on the ground, I would pick that clump up. You know? It's just crazy to me. And the fact that it was two different people doing the same thing, I was just like, huh. Ooh, J-Body, more money. Oh, we're actually very low on food. Oh, and we just keep getting prayer potions. This is that prayer potion trip again. One piece of Karambon in our inventory. Demonic Relic, please be humble. This guy is farming new Hurikata PBs. Ouch. Alright, we are completely out of food. Let's try to finish this KC. Surely we win this 50-50. We don't, but we take a humble 0. Okay. We'll take that. And step all the way back here so we can clearly see what it's about to switch to. Some grimy Quarms. Alright, one moment. Alright, another trip. We've done... Oh wow, we're up to 769 already. We've done like 70 demonics. I don't know why I banked that. Oop, clicking all the wrong things. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I forgot. I'm not actually at 769 KC because it counted the 2 demonics we had to fight during the Monkey Matters 2 quest. But yeah, either way, we've done like 70 something KC. A whole lot quicker than Tormented Demons. Surely we get a Zenite and we'll be 2 out of 4 on the Zenites this trip. It'll have to even out eventually, so it's just a matter of when. Wait, did it switch attacks? I don't even know. Oh, it didn't. Now it did. Dude, it always lives with like a sliver of health. And I think... Dude! There we go. 70 death runes. And we have room to pick up these sharks. Happened again. Oh, there goes more Laurens. That guy's just left 3 sharks chilling on the floor like that? You know, if I can get through an entire Tormented Demons task, I can definitely get through an entire Black Demons or Demonic Gorillas task. I'm genuinely surprised that I've already done 80-ish KC on this task already. Feels like we just got started. We also must have had a decent amount of bracelet procs though, because this... Actually, no. 247. I forgot it was such a big task. I want to say 250 is the max. Or that might just be for greater demons. It might be a different number. Oh, dodge. Oh, we get ourselves 3 sharks. Okay, okay. I'm gonna eat one right now. I feel like the bow misses more than it should. I don't know. I could be tripping. But I notice it missing back to back a lot of times, and it feels kind of bad. Or maybe it's just because I'm like looking for that now when it happens. More javelin shafts. Claw scratch. 34, not bad. Oh, time to bank our anglers. Once again, somehow turned off my own overheads. Some coins. It went from like 4 minutes to 3:22. Pretty good. Sorks. I wonder why the demonic spawn in and then change overhead sometimes. Like when that one first showed up, it was praying melee and now it's praying mage. Why does it do that? Unless they all spawn in with praying mage by default first, and then like they randomly switch. I haven't been paying close enough attention, so I don't know. Let's see when this one respawns. What it does. Oh, more prayer potions. So you can't, so we make room. Alright, let's stay within the area so see this one respawn. Did I miss it? Does it just take that long to respawn? Nope, that one spawned in prey melee and then switched to range. He's still going. We have more food than we know what to do with. I don't know why, but I really do like using sharks. I have plenty of manta rays, but I've not used a single manta ray other than the ones that sometimes drop in the middle of a trip. And then I just have to use it. But all the manta rays I've collected from Zulrah and anywhere else, I have not used them. They just build up in the bank. I think everybody just has some like random thing that they just keep stacking up in the bank. They don't ever sell it, like even if you're a main account, you never sell it. If you're an iron, you never touch it. Have to dodge that boulder. More prayer. Can't get enough, it seems. Another claw scratch. Apparently I didn't click the spec bar. Somehow missed a ginormous spec bar. You know what? Our supplies are good enough to sip yet another dose. This is a pretty long trip. Bro, I think that guy just stole my sharks. My sharks. And he like crept his way over to my corner. I've been KCing over there and he's been like on this side where I'm at now and we just swapped places. Bro, doesn't he know that's my corner, man? Fantastic kick right there. Oh, that is not my boat. Oh, there goes our Brace of the Slaughter. I guess since we're out of the slaughter, let's go ahead and bank now. Even though our supplies are looking good. Sort our inventory out. 1, 2, 3. Wow. We only very recently transferred 200 prayer pots onto this account, and now we're below 100 again. Where am I going? It's like, nice, 200 prayer pots. Oh. You used half of them already? Not nice indeed. It's okay. I've been doing herb runs finally. I think I do like one to start off when I first log in and one when I log out. Or towards the end of the night. And I have a lot of seeds, so I'm slowly rebuilding it. Very happy to be done with the fishing grind. I got dinner soon, but you know what? Maybe I'll do some Tob later, because it seems like the clan is doing Tob. There was actually like a mini event hosted today, where some of the more experienced people are teaching some of the newer people to Tob. Definitely not going to go right now, though, because like at best I can do like one raid and a dip. I don't know, we'll see. You gotta be in a certain mindset when you already know how to do content and you gotta teach people. Like sometimes Sometimes you just want to do the content with other people that know how to do the content, and other times like you can sit through. I forgot the bracelet slot. I'm TPing out. Dang it. At least I didn't repot again, so. Yo, we got ourselves a cat in time. The whole reason why I TP'd out was for the Bracelet of Slaughter, and I forgot it. At least the run here isn't terrible. Another claw scratch. Take 30. That's just rude, man. Sharks. Oh, that was a bigger hit than I expected. More sharks. Bro called himself mid, dude. That's crazy. Who we coddle veteran? That's a good one. U seeds. How do I keep missing this ginormous spec bar? Share Dome and Brew. Just make sure we're still fishing here. I remember when the arena boots came out and people were like, oh, it could be good for Tob. Honestly, it's kind of troll in Tob. Well, I mean, for me, I don't have any options. Or a one defense account also doesn't have any options. But yeah, people that say... I mean, I don't know if people say this anymore, I'm just yapping, but when they were first released, people were like, yeah, it could be good at top, but I think it's like another one of those things where it's like a noob trap. Wearing Arania boots isn't gonna save you from top mechanics. Mahogany seeds? Oh, the other guy isn't even here anymore. I'm not even doing the top, but I joined their party up just to like snoop on his gear. The burning claws are kind of cheeks at top, but I guess when you don't have anything else. Well, I'm not sure I should have repotted here when all I have is a 3-dose prayer pot in my bank or inventory. A little bit of a waste. Oh, wow. Not a waste anymore because we just got more prayer. It's just that easy. After slaving away at Torment Demons for so long where they have an insane amount of health, I think double the amount Demonics have, this task is really flying by. We just passed up 800 KC, but unfortunately, still no second Zenite. We did, however, pull that Monkey's Tail and a duplicate light frame. Not since the Monkey Tail and light frame, unfortunately. It's been pretty dry. Extending our trip with prayer potions, though. True. A 1? Wow, this new Bracelet of Slaughter I picked up is not working. It hasn't procced once. Unbelievable. Is that guy wearing an obby helm? Obby helm is so round, bro. It's a ball. Let's just get out of that corner. Is the bracelet gonna proc here? No, this bracelet simply does not work. He said, not right now. Alright, this is likely gonna have to be the last trip. I gotta grab some dinner after this, so it'd be very convenient to pull a Zenite right about now. Well, instead of that, we just got like 6 prayer potions in the last 4 or 5 KC. But yeah, this is gonna have to be our last trip. Please give me some loot. In fact, we're getting so many prayer pots right now, we might have to intentionally cut it short. Instead of just like going till our supplies are out, but we'll see. Lawrence. So just like that, we've already done over 100 KC on this trip, in this session. If this was TDs, it would have taken another like 2 hours. More prayer potions? Well, our bracelet still has not worked yet. Hello, is this thing on? Okay, I'll even put it on early this time. Nope, not working. Maple seeds. You know what? We're also 2 minutes removed from our pots running out, and we don't have any more in our inventory, so there's that timer too. Surely it procs this time. Nope. Still not working. I clicked and then I canceled. Alright, this is probably our last KC here. I think we are low on food. Actually, not too bad, but our pots are running out. Come on. Give me the Zenite. Here we go. Final KC. Hitting a 0. Feels like it that all. Oh, okay. I thought I was dead there for a second. 2 sharks. Alright. Well, despite having an inventory full of food and definitely prayer potions, we ran out of super combat doses and range pots here. So that is a good time for us to end this trip, and I'm going to go grab some dinner. So, with that being said, I'm going to end the stream here, and I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Hopefully, we get a Zenite in this task. We still got 145 to go. Alrighty, take it easy.